Welcome back to the channel. Today, what I want to be talking about is older men and younger women. And the reason I'm talking about that is that earlier today, I had an older guy talk to me about his younger wife. I mean, this guy's like in his 40s, and the wife is like in her mid 20s. So, that right there is already a mixed match, just out of the blue. I mean, because first of all, what do you have in common? What do these two people have in common? I would have no idea what they would have in common. And that would be the first issue. Then at the same time, what kind of condition is this older guy in? Is this guy in the type of condition in which he can pretty much deal with a younger type woman, especially one with the one that he's describing? She's like one of those out there type girls. She kind of, do the club thing, and she kind of live that little type of fast-paced life. That's the way she do. And this guy right here is in his late 40s, early 50s, and he pretty much has slowed down. Even though he wanna pretend that he still has the mileage, it doesn't seem like he has the mileage. Um, the problem ends up being is that this guy is not in the best of conditions. Uh, he's apparently injured himself at some job or some years ago, and it's a type of injury that's permanent. So he take a lot of painkillers, a lot of painkillers for the pain that he has. So that right there automatically knocks down his libido, his sex life. A lot of times he's not able to do what it takes to pretty much deal with this younger girl. So now he's at a dilemma. He got a younger girl who's, out there and fast, and he's trying to hold on to something that he's already not compatible with. They don't have anything in common besides, I guess, the money that he have saved up or whatever. That's pretty much, all that they have in common. Is that's the only thing that's really holding her, really, because sexually, she can't understand that a lot of times that this guy is not going to be able to perform like she would want him to, even though he may want to. With those painkillers, that's pretty much killing everything for him. And when he gets to that point, then she gets to the point to where she talk about him, therefore killing his male ego, killing his male ego. So by her bashing his male ego, violent with her because he's upset with the things that she said about him. So then he want to get to the point that he want to fight with her, because of what she's saying to him, because he's not able to perform the way she think he should be able to perform. And that right there is one of those things that have a lot to do with your mental health. That's why it's always good to talk to your doctors, be open about the issues and stuff that are going on with you, and perhaps your doctor can help you balance out some of that stuff. Because of different drugs that you're taking, maybe they can change the medications. But the issue that a lot of men have is that man thing. They don't want to tell anybody the issues that they're having, especially when it comes down to their sex lives, because it's an embarrassment to them. But they won't talk to them. Now, why he talked to me, I have no earthly idea. But people tend to talk to me about, all kinds of odd things, and I never knew why, but they do. But I listen to them, and I give my opinion on it. But with this particular thing right here, I'm thinking that if he talked to his doctor, he probably can come up with some type of medication that would kind of help him to keep from suppressing his sex life. and just be forward with his doctor, let him know what's going on, and try to get the help that he can get. But then at the same time, you know, you looking at a old Lincoln uh, trying to fool around with a Corvette, and that's gonna be night and day. That's gonna be night and day. Even though we all like the way these little young girls look and all this other stuff like this, you know, as you get older, you get slower. Some of you may say that you think you can kind of, you know, keep pushing the envelope, but the only thing that you can do for a lot of them young girls most of the time is money, because you're gonna be more settled than the little young boy is. But if you're a healthier older guy, then you may be able to roll with a Corvette. But you know, if you're not a healthy older guy, you know, a Corvette is gonna be the last thing you need. You need to kind of stay with somebody who's pretty much on your level and kind of slow down too, and that way you won't be bringing these extra issues and problems into your lives. You know, because you want something you really can't afford. You know, you got a bill budget and you're trying to drive around and get a caviar budget, basically. You know, it's just not working. You know, especially if you're not a healthy older guy, you're not gonna be able to keep up with those younger girls, especially if they're the type of younger girl they're out there and they wild. You can't control them kind of girls, and you're not able to keep up with them. So that's one of my things right there. You know where you're at in life. Don't be afraid to talk to your doctor, tell your doctor truthfully what's going on with you, and try to get some type of help with your issues, and that way you have a better quality of life. But then at the same time, realize that you are getting older, and you're trying to revert back to your younger days, and you're dealing with Corvettes and stuff like that, Porsches. You're gonna get outran. You know, the only thing that's gonna be holding her there is money, especially if you're not healthy. You're not gonna be able to keep that particular person satisfied, because, believe it or not, you can't buy a person, you can't buy a woman, and no matter how much money you got, you just can't buy them. I mean, if you can't make them happy, you know, all around, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna lose control over that situation. You're gonna be in his situation. You're gonna be, you know, in a situation where you want to fight with her and get yourself in trouble because you done went somewhere that you shouldn't have been in the first place. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And again, I'll be talking to you later.